Live Monday afternoon. Let's rock this bitch. What do you say? Hit that shit. What up, everybody? I got you on the... I got him. I got everybody. I got 4 screens set up, man. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Once I cut the music, I got a bad charging connection, so I'm hooked. There's like 7 wires hooked up behind the scenes. Sasha, we're gonna have to cut the music, man. I need to know my amp unit can hear me. Do me a favor, Sasha. Cut my motherfucking music. Cut it. Cut that oh, thank you. I'm still yelling at her. Yeah, let me know you guys can hear me, man. I got 7 different connections because there was a faulty connection with the charging to make sure everything is up and running. So, there might be some crackling here and there because I yell a lot. Hi, I'm BC. I yell a lot. Hopefully you guys can hear me, man. I'll try not to keep you here too long. Maybe just an hour? No? Sasha's already laughing. I'm sure you guys are fucking laughing. If you don't mind, I'm doing a lot of office work today. Usually I don't do that. Usually I'm traveling, right? Whenever I'm in the office at the Amplified Studios, you guys are getting a video like I just put out a few hours ago, man. I just went over the whole Logan Paul, Roman Reigns numbers that they're drawing. Huge victory for Triple H, man. That was a ballsy call. It was a Vince McMahon kind of a call, but Triple H is going to put his twist on it. So I put that up a few hours ago after this vid. Make sure you guys check that out. And then usually I go about my business, my day, and do all my outdoor activities. There's a lot of business to do here in the studios. So guys, a huge addition from Sasha. Check this out. The coffee bar just got more amplified. Not only are we about to fire up a nice, freshly hot brewed Dunkin' coffee from the coffee bar, we now got fucking iced coffee. What? Iced fucking coffee. That's right, man. 30%. It's an amplified twist. 30% lemonade, 30% iced tea, and 40% amplified iced coffee. That's right. It's a special brew. So that is fucking, I want to make sure that this motherfucker, trust me, we're going to get to a lot of talk for pro wrestling, man. Young Bucks, we're going to talk the Young Bucks. They have broken their silence, sort of, kind of. Are they having fun with this thing, or do they seriously not know what the fuck Tony Khan is doing with them? We're going to talk about the Young Bucks. Kenny Omega made his first real appearance this past weekend, and people are noticing something on Kenny Omega, man. We're going to talk Charlotte Flair. Everybody thought she's just showing back up on the blue brand. She's going to take out Liv Morgan, maybe have something with Ronda. Not so fast. We're hearing Triple H might call the huge audible and take her over to the red brand. Swerve Strickland is opening up about his former hit row mates coming back to WWE without him. Swerve Strickland has a lot to say, man. We're going to talk about that. Logan Paul, Roman Reigns. I'll have the latest on them and their numbers. WWE Raw for tonight. I got the full preview. And War Games is coming to WWE, bro. War Games coming to the Survivor Series, Boston, Massachusetts. We're going to talk all about that. What the fuck is Tony Khan doing with Wardlow? He's getting the Thunder Rosa treatment. There's a lot to fucking talk about. So I got to get some coffee. I'm going to double fist it. A hot coffee and an iced coffee. And all you guys need to do is sit back, relax for a second, smash that up. Make sure we're taking that well over a fucking 100 up front so we can concentrate on 200 and beyond. So that's all you guys got to do right now, man. There were some super chatters that came up. I saw you guys light up. I'm going to make sure I give you guys a shout out at the end of this vid. Do not worry. Or in the middle, whenever the fuck I want. But I will make sure that you guys get a shout out. Ashley Steggles from the jump. I don't know if Ashley's up in here, but I saw that super thanks on the video that I put up a couple hours ago. Ashley Steggles, I appreciate that, dude. I saw that. Much love and respect as always. Let's fire up some coffee so we can talk about all this, guys, if you don't mind. First and foremost, you know what we're doing. I'll give you a fucking D-scale. I already D-scaled this motherfucker. Wants me to keep fucking cleaning it just so I can keep buying their solution. I already cleaned it 4 fucking times, better than anybody has ever cleaned a coffee machine. Sasha cleaned it 6 fucking times, and it still says D-scale. Fuck you. To scale that motherfucker. So here we go. Here we go. Strength ultra amplified, temperature ultra amplified. Do fucking 10 ounces up front. And while the hot coffee is brewing, I hope you guys don't mind. I'm gonna fucking get an iced coffee started. 30% lemonade, 30% iced tea, and 40% of an amplified iced coffee brew, bro. Oh yeah, there goes the hot. This is gonna be a double trickle effect. Ready? Oh yeah, my first iced coffee. It's happening. You guys see that shit? Look at that. Yes, iced coffee. Oh shit, the amplified coffee bar has just got more amplified. Salute to all you guys, man, on this Monday afternoon. Or Monday evening, Monday morning, wherever the fuck you guys are in the world. We got Monday Night Raw on the East Coast here in a couple of hours. Salute to all my amp unit, man. Just a few likes away from that 100, too. So this is a salute to the fucking 100 of you that smashed that motherfucker. Salute to all you guys. Whoa. Oh, that's a brew. That is a fucking brew, man. 30% lemonade, 30% iced tea, and 40% amplified brewed coffee, iced coffee. That is fucking special, Sasha. That is fucking special, Sasha. Everybody, give Sasha a round of applause, man. Is there a clapping emoji or some shit, some prayer, something, man? Some love. I don't give a fuck if it's hearts. I don't give a fuck if it seems fruity for a fucking second. Somebody, anybody, give Sasha some fucking love, man. She just made a brew that is going to stick around in the coffee bar. Here you go, man. My right-hand man, Sasha knew it had to be JR9 Gaming first, man. JR9, fuck yeah, bro. NJPW girl, which, by the way, you're one of Sasha's favorites, NJPW girl, just so you know. That was a direct quote from Sasha. Alexi, Larry, Enforcer, Eli, DJ is a Prodigy, Deontay, Malachi, Patrick, James, DeMonte, Pile Driver, Eric. Yeah, all that love, man, going over to Sasha, and that's well-deserved, man. This is fucking phenomenal, and this is going to keep BC even more amplified. So let me take one more sip of my iced coffee, and then we get my hot coffee ready. And while I'm doing all this, let's get into our first story. I'll start off with War Games. Triple H has announced that War Games, a WCW creation, H brought it in for NXT over the years, and now is coming to the main roster for Survivor Series, Boston, Massachusetts. And it's coming in just a couple of months, man. Anybody who's got tickets to Boston, you just hit the lottery today, bro. That's got BC thinking about going back up to New England and attending that fucking event, because that's going to be fucking glorious. And just as important, guys, the Triple H news, just as important is that it's not going to be traditional Raw versus SmackDown bullshit. No. Now, we're going to get back to storylines. Who the fuck in this community drives storylines more than BC? Nobody. Nobody. It's the one thing I fucking preach more than anything that needs to return to pro wrestling or it's dead. Up there with character development. Characters. Larger than life characters we give a fuck about. That and storylines. I don't care how many flips and dives you can do. Fuck that shit. Flip and dive your way right off a fucking cliff for all I care. I don't give a fuck. But if you have a character that I can invest in and it's jumping off the screen and you're involved in a storyline that has me intrigued, charge me double, I'm fucking there. Triple H said, and I quote, this was a quote, "We will not be doing the Raw SmackDown traditional competition. It will be more storyline based, storyline driven." I'm not putting those words into Triple H's mouth. He said this year for War Games, it will not be Raw and SmackDown. versus each other, it'll be more storyline driven. Come on, dog. Oh, look at that hot coffee. That's going to rival that fucking cold coffee, I tell you that much. I'm not even going to stir that, guys. I'm going to leave that fucking black at the top and let the cream kind of just fucking sizzle abyss over the next fucking 20 minutes. Salute to my amp unit for War Games. Salute to Triple H for bringing War Games, for making Survivor Series already, just on an announcement and a snap of a finger, feel more special. Salute to Triple H. And to you guys, man, we just went over 100 on the up, so now we're on our way to 200. Thank you guys for smashing that. Salute, Triple H, man. War Games, and it's going to be storyline driven, storyline based. This is all I've asked for 5 to 10 fucking years. The 5 years I've had this channel, and the 10 fucking years that wrestling has been on its fucking life support, on its deathbed. Salute, man. That is fucking huge news for War Games. We're going to try to find out more information as the weeks come, obviously. We have to get through Extreme Rules. I believe that's on the 8th of October. Then we have to get through Crown Jewel, which is beginning of November. And then can somebody give me a date on Survivor Series? I think it's the 26th of November, correct? It's a Saturday. And that's going to be the first Survivor Series in a long time, or if ever, that it's happened after Thanksgiving here in the States. Because usually it's right before Thanksgiving. I don't even know if a lot of you guys celebrate Thanksgiving. I believe that's just a U.S. thing because it's the Pilgrims, it's the Indians, it's all that fucking hoopla. So I think that's just Americans, guys, or the U.S. I think Canada and stuff has their different versions of it, right? Yeah, I believe. But this will be the first Survivor Series that is going to be after Thanksgiving here in the States. So that's huge. They like to run those big events right after a big holiday. They do it all the time from Madison Square Garden. The day after Christmas, every fucking year, they pack the house at Madison Square Garden. They don't even give. Vince McMahon does not allow his talent one day after Christmas to just settle back from all the Christmas festivities. He's got his motherfuckers on flights that night, just in case, because it's winter, so you don't want to just travel in the morning and risk a bunch of talent not being there. So a lot of talent has to leave that night, Christmas night. And then the fucking next night, Vince McMahon is packing out Madison Square Garden, bro. It's like, dude, let them chill with their families for a little bit. But he likes to do that shit. We know that Triple H is obviously still talking to Vinnie Mac, so they're going to pack these houses. A day after Christmas, I believe, is already announced. Madison Square Garden, it's going to happen again this year. And just 2 days after Thanksgiving here in the States, Survivor Series. So, yeah, Thanksgiving is 11/24. Yep. So I believe 11/26 would be Survivor Series. Yeah, you guys are confirming that in the chat. So here it is, man. You're gonna stuff if you're in the States, you're gonna stuff your fucking face. You're hopefully gonna be thankful for shit, and then you're gonna be hit by War Games by Triple H. Storyline driven, so that's gonna be a ton of fucking fun. Let's fucking do this, bro. That's the real reason why BC is double fisting a hot fucking coffee and an iced coffee. Sasha's special brew. Look at that shit, bro. Look at that texture. I didn't stir this shit, so it's just the black coffee up at the top. That's a Dunkin' hazelnut. So not directly a black coffee. It's got the hazelnut artificial flavor already put in the pouch. But look at that hazelnut creamer just sitting, man. Salute to Triple H on that. That's right. BC's excited for War Games, man. I truly am. You know, it's New England. I got a lot of fucking heritage over there in New England. That'll be in Boston, Massachusetts. So, man, if I can get over to Boston, Mass, if I can hit that event, man, I think that would be pretty cool. Maybe. I got traveling around that time. That's the only reason. Trust me. It ain't a money thing, bro. BC will throw down the fucking cards. I don't give a shit. But I got to find the time now. Oh, you guys, chat, what do you think, man? I don't know what. I haven't been able to check it out while I was talking about it. Are you guys excited for War Games, or do you like the traditional what they've been doing, Raw versus SmackDown? BC personally did not find that interesting, and they didn't go out of their way to make it interesting. It could have been, but I feel that Vince never made it fun. So for BC, I believe that this is 86% more fun than what it was going to be. Oh, yeah, excited for War Games. Survivor Series needed change. James, absolutely. I like it. Yes, love it. Happy for War Games. A lot of you guys are mentioning Sasha Banks. We don't know. I don't think that would be Boston, and it would be... I honestly think Sasha Banks is happy doing a million other things right now. She's still with WWE, technically, guys. She's still part of the roster. She just is. But she's just not ready to return to work, and Triple H is giving her that time. And when that talk happens, she'll be back. I don't know if that's going to be... I mean, I don't know if you want her coming back for War Games, bro. That's one hell of a comeback. The poor girl snaps a leg. I would hope that she returns a little bit before War Games, guys. That's a hellacious match. And you really got to be ready for that. Unless Sasha Banks is going to be like training 3 weeks inside of a cell before she comes back. That's my favorite women's wrestler on the planet aside from Io Sky. So I would love to see Sasha come back in a match like that. But I don't want her getting injured either. And then what do you do with Naomi? I mean, does she take a spot from all these ladies that have been whooping ass lately that are going to try to get one of those 10 spots? I'm guessing it's going to be 5-on-5. I mean, does Naomi just come back with Sasha? I love Naomi. I've stuck up for Naomi since I've had this channel, 5+ years. But are you now saying that Naomi should be taking a spot from who? Who is she? I mean, so Sasha and Naomi are just going to come in and take 2 of the 5 spots on one of the teams? I don't know. Interesting. What are you basing that on, Alexi? Naomi does deserve a spot. What are you basing that on? Who does not deserve it then? I mean, on the Raw side alone, I mean that whole division is pretty stacked. I mean, one of them I could see. I don't know. I just want everybody that's been busting their ass to be there. I mean, Naomi and Sasha Banks are strutting down the runway, man. They're going to world premieres. This is fucking War Games, man. Now, I love Sasha Banks. That's my number one. This is a Sasha Banks channel. This is a pro-Sasha channel. I've pissed many people off because of my praise for Sasha Banks, and I've went out of my way to defend Naomi. One of the best wrestlers in the world, I still feel, is Naomi. I think Naomi is better than Charlotte Flair. I take a lot of flack for that. I don't give a fuck. I think Naomi is more fucking athletic, and I think she just captivates BC more than Charlotte. I don't care if that's an unpopular opinion. Naomi is so fucking good. She's always the highlight reel of her matches. So, of course, I would like to see it, guys. Let's not get it twisted. I would, as a fan, I'm living on cloud 9 if Sasha and Naomi are in this thing. But I hope you're not taking... I just hope... I hope this is done right. I mean, this is a big moment for everybody that's been busting their ass the last several months. And, you know, to have both of them just come off of red carpet premieres and just entered into this match, I mean, isn't this what we always complain about? Isn't this what this is what we always say, man? You know what? I mean, this is what people are upset about. Logan Paul, he's a part-timer. He just came. He has a couple matches. Everyone else has been busting their ass. This is unfair. This is stupid. This is mocking pro wrestling. It's making it look stupid. That's what people are literally saying. Logan Paul is destroying pro wrestling. Please, man. Bobby the Brain Heenan said it best in 2002. Wrestling is fucking dead. Wrestling is fucking dead, and it's up to all of us to try to revive it. The second you expose the magic tricks, the fucking thing was dead. What we're all doing right now, what H is doing in the promotion, what TK is trying to do over in AEW, what we're trying to do on these channels, we're trying to give it fucking resuscitation. We're trying to fucking make it live again. Come alive. Bobby the Brain Heenan said it best in 2002. Pro wrestling is dead. We have exposed the fucking magic tricks. Instead of making the talent smarter, we made the fans smarter. That was Bobby the Brain Heenan's fucking words. And he knows more than anybody, bro. He knows more than anybody. Pro wrestling is not fucking... Pro I mean, this is probably one of the hardest times. It should be one of the best times in pro wrestling. I don't know how no promoter can get a fucking storyline together that's captivating the world like we used to do. Hogan and Andre, that just captivates the world. It's sitting in your lap. You can't fuck that up. The NWO invading WCW sat in that lap. WCW couldn't fuck that up. McMahon versus Austin, the guy who has a vendetta out against his boss. You couldn't fuck that up. It captivated the whole world. Where are those storylines? Where are they, man? You're telling me in 2022 we can't get creative? No, we don't give a fuck because we just care about the flips and the dives. And then we go on social and we do the fucking, or in the arena we do the this is awesome, and then we go on social and we talk about how much of a banger every match was. Nothing is connecting. Nothing. This is what we fucking talk about. We always say this shit, and then it flips. We're so fucking fickle. We don't want Logan Paul in there because it just doesn't make sense, man. He hasn't been wrestling matches. But with Sasha and Naomi coming back, it's just thrust him right back in. Fuck it. Snoop Dogg or Mike Tyson in WWE is stupid, but Snoop Dogg and Mike Tyson in AEW was brilliant. We're so fucking fickle. Liv Morgan getting a championship was amazing. 1 month later, everybody's booing the shit out of Liv Morgan. I don't even understand anymore. Logan Paul is more fucking entertaining than 70% of this fucking roster. That's the fucking truth. Logan Paul feels more fresh and more organic than 70% of... You want the fucking truth from BC? You want to cry a little bit? Oh, Beasley, this is so... I can't believe I'm hearing this, man. You want to hear the fucking truth? Yeah, I'm double fisting coffees now. You're going to get the fucking truth. I will watch Logan fucking Paul. And I'm not even a fan. I never even seen one of this kid's YouTube videos. I don't know what the fuck this dude's all about, just like Roman said. Before you came to WWE, I didn't even know what the fuck you did. BC's in the same boat. Not even a fan. But I can tell you from fucking his wrestling and seeing him on screen and what he can do and what it can lead to, I will fucking watch Logan Paul. I feel something more. There's more of a connection, a captivation, than watching Mansoor or Massey or a Viking Raider A or a Viking Raider B. Drew Gulak. Primo Cologne, or fucking the Colognes, or the fucking, they're fucking, are they even fucking, I don't even know who's in the tag team division anymore. I don't even know who the fuck the fucking Dawkins. Montez is actually Montez can fucking rock. I wouldn't mind him having a singles career. Dawkins, Los Lotharios, Omos, fucking Veer. I can go down this roster, and I can't tell you how many of these motherfuckers put me to sleep. I know they have talent. They could go if given a chance, BC. I know we can give a million excuses. Where we are now is that they don't do shit. Logan Paul face-to-face with Roman, BC connected. That's the truth. It doesn't. If you don't feel that way, that's fine. Disagree with Beasley. I don't give a fuck. I ain't gonna lose sleep, and I'm not gonna change the way I view it. Logan Paul has more of a fucking storyline because he went out and he grabbed it by the balls. He was handed it, Beasley. No, he fucking knew exactly how he wanted to be viewed and what he could do. His numbers are currently the highest on WWE's platforms. Him and Roman have collected over 4 million views, and that was 12 hours ago when I checked, collectively for the press conference. SmackDown is going to be over 2.1. Brandon Thurston has it after the 5.2 adjustment, which is over the weekend you have a 5 to 7% adjustment. That looks to be closer to 2.2 when it's all said and done, the final number. Well, the past month, that beats the whole month except for the post-Clash at the Castle show, which was a 2.3. And that was out without Roman Reigns, bro. That was without Roman. Logan did that with the Bloodline. And then you say, well, he's taking up he's blocking the roster now, basically. How do you fucking figure? There was an hour and 45 minutes of other show on SmackDown. There's 3 hours on Monday Night Raw. And they have for 10 years not been able to create superstars. How is that Logan Paul's fault? How is that Logan Paul's fault? You're blaming Logan Paul for 10 years of WWE not being able to create a superstar? I'm saying if you're gonna say something for X, we gotta say the same thing for Z. We can't be fickle here. You can go up and down that roster. Nobody is captivating you if you're being honest. Nobody. When the music hits, you're not standing up and going wild for anybody. You know what used to happen back in the day, man? It didn't matter your age range. Go back and watch the footage. When Hulk Hogan came down, it didn't matter if you were 7 or 70. You were up out of your fucking seat rocking. Many decades later, or fucking a decade, 15 years maybe, Stone Cold Steve Austin. Still to this day, it doesn't matter your age. 7 or 70. When the glass shatters, your ass is up out of that seat going raucous. Attitude Era, you had a bunch. Taker would do that. Rock would do that. Even H would do that. Who's doing that? I ask you all the time on these streams. Nobody ever has a good fucking answer. Unless they're in Canada and it's a person from Canada. Which, by the way, much love and respect to Trish Stratus. She has her appendix busted, I guess. Her appendix, she felt a pain in her lower... I don't know what's fucking side it's on, but that busted. We hope nothing but the best for Trish Stratus. We hope for a speedy recovery. I mean, what the fuck? What are we doing, man? What are we doing? It's the fucking... The Attitude Era was like it. Ruthless aggression, maybe? I don't know. John Cena was like a 50-50 reaction. And Logan Paul is what we're going to bitch about. What are we doing? Logan Paul is who you're going to fucking cry about. Who the fuck makes you get out of your seat and go fucking ballistic for? Nobody. There's literally nobody. Nobody makes you feel shit on that roster. Roman Reigns might be it now. And that's a fucking heel. So for a lot of people, they just can't stand him. Nah, so I love Sasha. Sasha doesn't get an out-of-your-seat ballistic reaction. No way. In fact, a lot of people don't even like Sasha, and that sucks for them, because I love Sasha. Sasha doesn't have a ballistic reaction. MJF doesn't have a ballistic reaction. That's just a good one. I think you can see what I mean. This is what I mean about 2022. We've lowered our standards to where now we're just spitting out names. It's not a ballistic reaction. I'm talking Hulk Hogan, Stone Cold, Rock. You would have fucking chills if you were there in the arena. True shit. No, Brock's not a ballistic reaction. That's just that's the initial oh, and then everybody settles back. And you watch Brock do his fucking bounces, and then he comes down, you get your cell phones out. It's nobody. Roman Reigns, no, he's a heel. Listen to the reaction. You get the initial pop, right? You always get the initial pop, and then you settle back. Back in the day, you didn't do that for certain wrestlers, man. Edge is the closest. Attitude Era. He's the closest, though. Yeah, Edge is probably the... Yeah, that's the closest, and that's because he's from the Attitude Era, when they actually made stars like that. No, Banks doesn't do it. A lot of you guys are saying Banks. I'm the biggest Sasha Banks fan. What are you talking? Nobody's going ballistic for Banks. I've watched every Sasha Banks match probably 10 times. She does not get a ballistic reaction. John Cena was always 50-50. Bryan Danielson, the yes movement was the best. It wasn't ballistic. We just love to yes. Triple H, yeah, even when he was hated, no doubt. Undertaker, yeah, but because of his character, you settled down real quick. But yes... American Badass even, man. When he rode that bike down, a lot of people, man. I'll give you a take. But you guys are naming Attitude Era people now, though. So that's kind of not fair. No, see, now we're just naming names, guys. Now we're just naming names. It's nope. I'm telling you, I've done my research. There's no name you're going to spit at me. Becky Lynch, fuck no. But Becky Lynch had to change her character 3 times in the last 4 years. Yeah, she's trying to find herself again. She's going to bring back the man, and hopefully that does something. No, you guys, come on. Now you're just spitting out names, man. I really hope we're just having fun here and you guys understand what I'm saying. There's no larger-than-life character anymore. There's not. There's not. You can spit out every fucking name you want. Charlotte Flair. Veer Mahan. Otis. Omos. MVP. Los Lotharios. CM Punk from 2011 to 2012. Oh, man. It's not a ballistic reaction. It's a pop. Some of them better than others. It's not ballistic. And that's something that wrestling should always have. But for some reason, we don't do that anymore, man. And now we're stretching. Now we're just spitting out half the fucking roster's names and going, what about this one? Does this one have a good name? What about this one? But you see, I'm telling you, man, if you listen to Ezekiel, it's 16% better than Elias. Come on, man. We're absolutely, we've lowered our bar. We've lowered our bar, and some of the names, man, some of the names that you guys are spitting out. Come on, are you being serious? Are you being serious? That's who you're going, but that's your new age Stone Cold, your new age Hulk Hogan's, your new age Rocks. I'm so glad that Triple H is going back to storyline-driven Survivor Series with War Games. I am so fucking ecstatic. Cut the shit with the brand split fucking competition, because there is no brand split. He knows it. There's never a competition that intrigues us. Make it storyline-driven and start creating those fucking wrestlers again, creating those fucking stars. And if you're not okay with Logan Paul being in this match with Roman Reigns, then I hope that you're not okay with a Sasha and a Naomi being in this fucking War Games match. Because based on you, it's on merit. The people that have been busting their ass the last several months to make it to Survivor Series. I love Sasha Banks. I love Naomi. They've been on the red carpet. They've been fucking strutting it down the runway at modeling events. And it's so good to see my gals rocking it. But you better call it both ways. I hope you're not going to be fickle. I would hope not. War Games is coming to the Survivor Series. And to wrap up Logan Paul and Roman Reigns, as I put out that video earlier, they are pulling in big numbers for WWE already. So this is a massive win for Triple H, of all people. He took this gamble, probably on the words of VKM, but he took this gamble, man, and so far it is paying off for Triple H. You got to salute that. And Logan Paul, again, whether you're going to cry about it or not, Logan Paul, if I look down up and down that roster in WWE, and who really makes BC feel something when they come through the curtain, who am I connecting with? Who is making me think this is going to be fucking awesome? This is going to be epic. This is going to be fun. There's some type of emotion attached with the guy or girl that just came down through the fucking curtain. And then I look down that roster, there's not many, if any. Not many, if any. Especially what they're involved in right now. Logan Paul is a breath of fucking fresh air to take on Roman. It's more than believable the way they did it and the way why Triple H said he made the match. It's realistic. I love the smiling on fucking Logan Paul. It's like he truly believes he's going to whoop this dude's ass. Probably he's going to hope for in 10, 15 minutes. And Roman's like, dude, you have no idea what's awaiting you. Nobody gets harmed in the process as far as feeding somebody, an actual top talent, to Roman. Nobody gets ruined. You don't sacrifice AJ Styles to get beat at Crown fucking Jewel. And that's his title shot after 2 years of looking like a fucking idiot. Nobody else needs to job out that's a top star for the rest of 2022. Nobody. Let Cody rehab and let Cody take the fucking title. That's what you claimed you wanted. Nobody else to be fed to Roman. Now all of a sudden, now you want AJ in there. Now you want Bobby. Now you want Ezekiel or Elias or Elrod, their smaller fucking younger brother. Or Edson, their fucking cousin twice removed. Eddie, his uncle. Who the fuck knows who you guys want to have? You guys, a lot of you want fucking champions. Every fucking month you want a new champion. Because it goes with your attention spans. It's a fucking merry-go-round. You got fucking podcasters and content creators literally planning out the next 17 champions over the next 3 years. And that's fun. That's fucking fun. Let's plan it out, guys. It's like fantasy football. Like Bobby Heenan said, wrestling died 2002, he said that shit. If only he knew what 2010 was going to bring and beyond. We're trying to resuscitate it right now. Thankfully, there are people like Triple H and a Tony Khan. And channels like this. I'm switching back and forth between fucking cold coffees and hot coffees, and I'm fucking mega amplified. Oh, bro. Yes. Yes. Oh, man, I'm on a delay. Not much I can fucking do. Real deal. Tired of Roman holding up 2 belts, I think is what a lot of people are feeling. Or something like that, man. I'm on a delay. I can't fucking read it all. Absolutely. That's what a lot of people are telling BC. I don't like the 2 belts deal. But I'm absolutely down for a dude holding the title for 2-3 fucking years. Because that's how I grew up. And I think in 2022, the basic fundamentals of pro wrestling should not have been removed. I understand times have changed. It's a different era. Work rate is taking precedence over other areas, which is bad. But people like that. But you can still have a champion be dominant and feel like a champion, man. It is so special to have a champion for years. And you really don't know is it going to be Cody? Are they going to do something with The Rock? Would it be somebody new? Would Triple H do something crazy and have Johnny Gargano take it? Almost like a Daniel Bryan situation from WrestleMania 30. And Johnny Gargano comes out of nowhere. It's not Cody. It's not The Rock. But you know it's going to be such a monumental occasion, and nobody is being held down because a guy has 2 or 4 belts, guys. For anybody that is... I'm so tired of this guy having 2 belts. I don't like it either, but nobody is being held down because of it. I'm telling you that. Nobody. Roman Reigns doesn't even fucking work the Mondays and fucking Fridays. So you have 3 hours on Raw to do what you got to do with every other storyline, if you have any, and try to create stars. SmackDown, you have 2 fucking full hours. When Roman Reigns is there, you have 1 hour and 45 minutes. When Roman Reigns is on Raw, you have 2 hours and 45 minutes. You tell me you can't build storylines around other titles, around actual storylines that have nothing to do with a title? I've been saying all this week, what have I been telling you guys? Names like Jesse the Body Ventura, King Kong Bundy, Bam Bam Bigelow, Roddy Piper, Kurt Hennig, Mr. Perfect, the British Bulldog, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, Razor Ramon. I can go on and on. These guys never held the world title. Most of the time, they were never even in world title fucking feuds. But they always had an awesome storyline. We always felt like they were top stars. We always felt like they were the shit. They were cool. They were badass. They were always involved in cool shit. All of a sudden in 2022, they need to be in title fucking situations. They need to have titles. Why? Because people don't want to get creative in the companies? Because they're too fucking lazy to give them good storylines? You know, a big percent. Yeah, Big Van Vader, Rick Rude. Yeah, good call, guys. Man. A big part of today's wrestling fan honestly believes that the championship is going to make the man or the woman, and it couldn't be further from the truth. That wrestler is going to make that championship relevant. All the company has to do is book them properly. But a belt is not just going to make somebody a championship, a strap, a title, whatever you want to call it. It's not going to fucking make the wrestler, bro. I've seen many title reigns. We're going to talk about one coming up with Wardlow, who should be a fucking bona fide AEW megastar right now. The only person holding him back is actually Tony Khan of all people. We'll get to that. The Thunder Rosa effect, I call it. Just getting a title is not going to fucking soar you to the moon, through the stratosphere. I don't know how we've gotten to that point where I understand in 2022 we want to believe that this shit's real. That's the whole thing, right? We suspend the disbelief and we want to believe that pro wrestling is all real, no matter how crazy, because wrestling has always been ludicrous. Wrestling has always been fucking batshit ballistic, but that's why we love it. You could see fucking Alexa Bliss on top of a jack-in-a-box at WrestleMania while Bray Wyatt is doing some crazy voodoo shit. And you'll still believe in it, right? Because we've already suspended our disbelief. You want to believe that you're watching actual competition. So AEW does these rankings, which they don't even follow. Ask FTR. But they have rankings, right? Like, this is a real competition. Tournaments have taken the place of storylines in 2022. So instead of real good storylines that captivate us, you just see one tournament after another tournament after another tournament. And we're supposed to sit back while one schmuck a month earlier planned out the whole tournament. And for a whole month, we have to watch this fucking farce. We have to watch a predetermined tournament for a month to 2 months until there's finally a winner that, again, a month to 2 months earlier, the schmuck fucking planned out in paper. It's scripted. But some fans are taking it so far that they're trying to make this like it's actual competition. But they're willing to ignore the fact that a person just took a Canadian destroyer, a Canadian destroyer from the top rope. The guy got up after 6 seconds, if even, and then he took fucking 4 pile drivers, 6 super kicks, 3 pedigrees, was locked in a sharpshooter for 17 minutes, and then he took 6 Batista bombs, and he still kicked out. Well, which is it? Is it real competition to you? Or is this just fucking exposing the business far worse than Logan Paul getting a title match? Because when I watch a guy take a Canadian destroyer from the top rope, I'll take Logan Paul in a title match any day. I'm the only one in the community that's not going to sugarcoat this shit. I'm going to bullshit you guys. I don't care if you fucking boo me. I don't care if you don't like what you're hearing. Everything I'm saying is fucking true. Logan Paul's exposing the business getting a title shot after just 2 matches. When you will watch a Canadian destroyer from the top rope, you'll watch a fucking flippin' dives gymnastics contest for 25 minutes, yell, "This is awesome, fight forever." When it's done, you'll go online and say it was a banger, and you won't even think, damn, if that happened in real life, one of those moves, one of those people would be down for 17 minutes until the paramedics came. There's fans today that forget that this is all, you're going to hate this word. You're going to hate this word, but it's what made pro wrestling so special. You're going to forget that it's entertainment, man. It's literally, there's nothing like it. I love the term sports entertainment. I love it. It is like a sport in a way. It's just not a competitive sport where there's going to be an actual winner and a loser that's not pre-planned, predetermined. But I love the term sports entertainment. But it's massively entertaining. The reason why you had kids and adults flipping out back in the day with the Hulk Hogans and the Randy Savages and the Warriors and the Undertakers, it's because it connected on all levels, man. Nothing like it. The storylines, the characters jumping off the screen, there's nothing like it. And in the Attitude Era, we were all older, actually. The kids were even older, and that was even more electrifying. The Triple H's, the Rocks, the Austins, even the Kurt Angles, man, the Edges. And then you started dipping a little bit, right? We went to the Batistas and the John Cenas. Eddie Guerrero, La Vida La I love Eddie. You know, you still have the stars, but you could tell like there was a change. And then you just went into John Cena being 50-50 for 10 years and not doing what was right for business and turning heel to try to create some new stars. I don't care about a title didn't need to be on the line. Just have Cena turn heel so we can bring up some dudes like Alex Riley, who was poised, and so many others that John Cena just did not want to fucking get out of the way of, man. because he wanted to be Mr. Make-A-Wish. That's awesome. And he's granted so many Make-A-Wishes, but what are we doing? Are you doing what's best for the company as far as building for its future? Or are you just literally cock-blocking the highway? Perhaps if we built a bunch of stars during the John Cena era, perhaps many other wishes would have been granted from other people. Of course John Cena granted the most. For 10 fucking years, it was just John! Who else was gonna grant it? Who else was gonna grant? Nivea? Jamie Noble? Buff Bagwell? Who was gonna grant it? These kids were smart. They got a name to choose. They're gonna go for John Cena. It's the only fucking one relevant. He held down so many. That's not even a bad man. I know John Cena. Basically, I don't even got a problem with John Cena. I got a problem with 3 separate times he should have turned heel. And I'm not talking the original Thugonomics. I always get that. Basically, he was a heel with Thugonomics. Come on, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You know exactly what I'm talking about. 3 separate times he should have done what was right for business and helped create stars. And John Cena is a bit, whether you want it, I don't sugarcoat on this channel, bro. You're going to get the truth. This isn't my opinion. I'm telling you what happened. I watched it in real time. I don't see how anybody could even say this is my opinion. I watched it in real time like you guys did. For 10 fucking years, nobody got built, and John Cena is one of the key individuals why we are in the spot we are in today, where there's no larger-than-life dudes other than maybe Roman, and he's a fucking heel, because he finally got smart, and he went to Vince. Joe Anoa'i had to go to Vince and say, I have to turn heel. What are you doing, dude? Vince was going to keep him face, because he's so stubborn. Joe Anoa'i finally said what John Cena should have said. No. This has to happen, man. And he turned fucking heel. That's the closest thing we got to larger than life, other again than Edge, but he is Attitude Era. We're hanging on to Edge, and he already said he wants to retire in Canada next year. So fucking make sure you fucking love every appearance by Edge even more special, man. Hold those memories even tighter, because you'll be without him within the next calendar year. He's one of the reasons why we're where we are, and there's no... I mean, when you think Hall of Fame and all these big names get introduced, right? This year's inductee to the Hall of Fame. Who the fuck is going to be it in 5 years? Who's going to be left that's a big name, guys? Who's the fucking larger-than-life names that's going into the Hall of Fame in 5... When they do a reunion show in 5 to 10 years, who the fuck are you going to care about? Randy Orton would be it, and Randy Orton still is booked so fucking odd to me. Half of that's his fault. He never wanted to do the correct business. He never liked people. Can't really blame him for that. Yup, absolutely, Lesnar. Johnny Cena, yeah, but Cena's not even done yet. Cena said he's got more matches to go, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I hope he still comes back as a fucking heel. It's not too late, John. Come on. Yeah, Jericho. Yeah. But Batista's done, though. Yeah, Batista. I love Batista. But I think Batista's definitely done with wrestling now. Yeah, put him in the Hall of Fame, and that would be it. That should be in the next couple of years, too, by the way. Yeah, Rollins is still active now, but I'm talking about the guys that are on their tail end from 10 years ago. I mean, we're kind of out of it, guys. We kind of tapped everybody out. I don't know in 5 to 10 years who's coming back for reunions or Hall of Fames. I think Rollins will still be wrestling. Mysterio, if he should, yeah. Sheamus should still be wrestling, I would think. 5 years? Maybe not. I don't know. It would be too early to give a shit about Sheamus coming back, though. Sheamus would have to wait a few years. You guys see what I'm saying, though? It's hard, right? We're not coming out with that many fucking big names. Carlito, Caribbean Cool. Fucking Carlito. Carlito comes out. Carlito's the fucking main member of the class of 2030. Carlito Cool. Steve Blackman's coming out. You guys are funny, man. That's what I'm talking about. You see what I'm saying? I mean, at some point we have to think about that shit, guys. That was a lot of conversation. I mean, honestly, the first bullet points that we were going to go over was Logan Paul and Roman Reigns and the big numbers that they brought in so far, and the War Games coming to Survivor Series. And somehow, those two topics turned into 50 minutes of fucking getting amplified on everything else. So thank you guys, man, for just being awesome and sticking with BC while I just get super amplified about a lot of shit that's been pissing me off about pro wrestling. And I want to see it get so much better. And I think we're turning the corner a little bit with H and with Tony. I think we're starting to turn the corner, but I'm just seeing speed bumps here and there. And I think the fans are just so fickle that I don't even know if these promoters know what they're doing right is right and what they're doing wrong is wrong. Because fans are just turning their backs on what they stood for. Every week, it seems it's something different. I mean, how do you boo Liv Morgan after a month later, after all of us were on board with Liv Morgan capturing the title, and now all of a sudden I'm hearing things like Liv Morgan shouldn't even be champ. Liv Morgan needs to work on shit. Liv Morgan's not connecting. Are you fucking kidding me? Liv Morgan's been amazing for the last year, well before she won the title. Now, I want to go over to Wardlow's booking, right? Let's stay amplified. Why even fucking... Why? Thank you, man. I just noticed we went over 200 while I was ranting. Evidently, there's a lot of you guys that do agree with BC and you understand my words. I appreciate the fuck out of you guys, man. You guys are great. And let's see if we can hit that over 250 even. I do appreciate that. Again, it's always okay to disagree. But when I'm dropping facts, I hope that we all understand my words. You can disagree. But when I say that pro wrestling is lacking larger-than-life superstars, that we get goosebumps when they come down the aisle no matter your age, because that's how I grew up. My family members that were older would be like a kid in a candy store when certain dudes showed up down that out of that curtain, down that ramp, in that ring. I mean, there was a certain feeling, and my OGs that have been watching pro wrestling for decades, you know what I'm saying. And I really hope that we get that feeling again. In Wardlow, this is my next topic is Wardlow's booking in AEW. And this needs to be addressed now so it doesn't get worse, right? Like, if you truly love AEW, you actually are a fan, you call yourself an AEW fan, address this now so it doesn't get worse for somebody like Wardlow. Because he's getting the Thunder Rosa treatment right now, which was really the Sheeta treatment, which was the Riho treatment, which is Tony doesn't know what to do with these champions. So Wardlow grabs the TNT championship. Did you guys have the date or how many, 2 months ago, was it, ish? He's had about 6 matches since. The big pay-per-view, All Out, he was in a 6-man schmaz, which he was in a week earlier, 5 days earlier, whatever it was. On Dynamite, he was in a 6-man tag. Then days later at the big pay-per-view, he's not defending his title. He's in a 6-man tag. Then, a week or 2 weeks later, he's beating Tony Nese in a squash match, gets on the mic and says, I hear what you guys are saying, and don't worry, I'm going to be the beast that you thought I was going to be. You're going to remember, you're going to know Wardlow is that fucking guy. I'm paraphrasing. But he made sure that people like BC, he said he heard people like BC. He hears you. He hears us. And he said, don't worry. From here on out, you're going to get that Wardlow. And then he's off for a fucking week. He's nowhere to be found on Dynamite. You got to tune in at 10 o'clock on a taped Rampage where he's helping out a Samoa Joe. And you know what's going to happen at Grand Slam in New York City, Queens? Wardlow is once again not defending his championship. Wardlow is going to be in a tag team match with Samoa Joe. Tag team match. How is this okay with any fucking fan? He has lost all of his momentum. It's gone. Do you think even if he takes on Samoa Joe, who is so injury prone, that probably in the first 2 minutes of a Wardlow Samoa Joe match, Samoa Joe is going to probably break 3 fucking bones? Sadly, Samoa Joe is going the route of CM Punk. Every time they step in the ring, it seems like they get injured. How did you lose the momentum from MJF and Wardlow? How the fuck did you lose that momentum? I'll tell you how. Tony Khan got careless. And he started bringing in fucking Wheeler, Utah. And Dan Garcia started getting all of these fucking headlines. And here we are today, still fucking 80% of the wrestling world still doesn't know what a Dan Garcia even is. But for 2 fucking months, we try to bump up this fucking 5'7", 140-pound soaking wet dude. Great for him. No shade. It's just the fucking truth. We're going to give him I'm getting amplified, baby. We're going to book him for 2 months like a fucking top star, like he's the fucking Undertaker. And Wardlow, go home. We'll call you when we have something for you. There might be a big 6-man tag we can put you in for All Out. How's that, buddy? How's that, buddy? How's that, buddy? You take what MJF and he created. They created one of the best storylines I've seen in years. I've said that. I've not seen really good storylines in years. I mean that. I haven't seen good storylines in years. MJF and Wardlow gave BC that shit, bro. MJF and Wardlow, out of nowhere. BC was like, fuck, this is it. I love this. This dude's coming out. Whether it was too realistic or not, I understand when he was beating up 100 security guards. I get it, right? We can tweak some details here and there. But the promos MJF is bringing out, man. He's got this dude handcuffed coming to the fucking ring. And then he's setting him up. But this dude's so diabolically fucking epic. And he's beating the shit out of people handcuffed. Everything they did seemed to be gold. How do you fuck that up? To the point where this dude can't even get a meaningful title match. He's not even relevant. He's not even on the Dynamites. His last Dynamite appearance in recent weeks was a quick match against Tony Nese, and it gets on the mic and says that he's going to be a better Wardlow. Don't worry, I hear you. And then he's on Rampage being the same Wardlow. This isn't patience, BC. I've had patience. The MJF Wardlow thing was months ago. 4 months ago. How much more patience do you want me to have, man? What the fuck are you doing? This is Tony Khan not giving a fuck about his momentum. We saw this with FTR. Do you realize how much momentum FTR had? You could say they were the hottest tag team in pro wrestling, even over the Usos, who had the Raw and SmackDown titles. You didn't need the titles. If that's the case, FTR has 3 sets. But titles are a bonus. But the momentum, you could have said that FTR was riding the highest momentum, even if you want to bleed that into regular singles competitors. You don't even got to limit that to tag teams. You could have said FTR is one of the hottest acts in pro wrestling, and BC would have said, check, that is accurate. Tony Khan found a way to cool off FTR. Why would you cool off FTR? Why the fuck would you not have them in epic shit on Dynamite? Instead, they're in 6-man tags. They're on 1-on-1 matches. Fucking Dax is constantly in 1-on-1s. Cash is having 1-on-1 matches. I gave you guys a statistic last week. Do you guys remember what it was? I wish it's probably somewhere in the notes. I don't have the fucking time right now. We're already approaching an hour, and I still have more stories I want to go over. But do you guys realize that FTR competed in AEW in tag team action only a couple of times within the last 4 months? That's a true story. Only a couple of times in the last 4 months. How do you cool off one of the hottest acts in pro wrestling? How do you do that shit? Thunder Rosa. I never said she was one of the best female wrestlers in the world. Far from it. I will admit that. Absolutely, I will admit that. Robert Coleman. I agree, brother. I agree. Almost at 250. I appreciate that, Robert. I agree. That is BC approved. Thunder Rosa, yeah, but far from it. She has so much she needs to work on. The cool thing is she actually said that once on her social, so it's cool that Thunder knows that, right? Thunder knows she needs to correct more shit and really fucking find out what is going to bring back that smile in pro wrestling. It seems like Thunder is not as happy as she once was. But Thunder Rosa, there was a point around that lights out match with Britt Baker. There was momentum there. And somehow Tony Khan just said, we're going to keep you off for 2 weeks here. Come back in 3 weeks, we're going to give you a 30-second promo. Then she has a weird match with like a Nyla Rose or some shit, Battle of the Belts, I don't even know. Then she's off TV for a couple weeks. She gets a couple more 30-second spots. Then she's taking on Marina Shafir in just a horrible fucking match where she didn't want to sell for Marina, and Marina really needed her to help her along because Marina is still green as Lambeau grass in Green Bay, Wisconsin. But the deal is, he puts the title on these people and then just forgets them. Fuck it, that's it. We gave you a title, you just hold that. Right? He has so many championships, he probably doesn't even realize. He gets the title on somebody, and he's probably happier than a pig in shit that he can forget about it for a while. Now, Thunder Rosa is one thing, because she does have a lot to work on in ring. And selling and a lot. Thunder Rosa needs a lot of work, but what is your excuse for fucking Wardlow, who is more than ready to help that company to the stratosphere as organic, homegrown talent? Why the fuck is he not a focal point in that company? No good answer. Oh, I'm talking to my chat. I'm on a delay, but if anybody has an answer as to why Wardlow is not a focal point since the MJF storyline, there is no correct answer. It's rhetorical. It's bullshit. You have cooled him off to the point now, even if he gets a really good storyline, you now have to work quadruple the effort to get people invested as much as they would have been. That's what happens. I've been watching this shit long enough. A lot of you guys have watched pro wrestling long enough. Either decades like DC or even years. You know enough that when somebody gets cooled off, it's going to be very hard to get them heated up again. It's going to be very hard to do that. You guys know that, man. My amplified unit is you guys right now are the smartest motherfuckers in the wrestling community. I'm not just saying that, bro. I'm saying that because you literally, to listen to BC, to watch these podcasts, to watch the videos, you know how much truth that we drop. We don't talk in opinions often. It's usually facts. And usually those are hard pills to swallow for a lot of people. Because you're hearing a lot of things about your favorite wrestlers that you necessarily don't want to hear, but you know BC is being honest. And you still go ahead and you smash that subscription button, you smash the like, you show that support because you know this is the place to be for facts. As hard as they may be, this is the place to be for facts. That's the reason I have the 4-week rule. You cannot fucking chat with the rest of my unit unless you've been subbed for 4 weeks. It's because I need to know I have the very fucking best in this community. This isn't just like somebody coming by, wow, this guy's talking wrestling. Let me chat a little bit. No. Absolutely not. Bye-bye. Or pay your dues. Pay your fucking dues. You subscribe, and then you fucking wait. And when you've earned your way into the Amplified unit, welcome. Then you're a true Amplified unit member. Until you are, no. It's the smartest wrestling fans in the world right here. Because we know Wardlow being booked wrong or badly or no care putting into the booking of Wardlow is a fact. That's not an opinion. That's not, basically, I disagree. I think he's fine, man. I think he's fine. Samoa Joe's going to tag with him. Maybe that'll lead to a Samoa Wardlow match. Because Samoa Joe getting injured again is on your fucking priority list. Poor guy. He's going to have to retire sooner than later. That's sad to say. The guy's getting broken like CM Punk every time he steps out there. That's not an opinion. Wardlow has lost his fucking momentum, and that is sad because he even got what many times I will admit I can become a jaded fan because of how bad things have gotten in the last 10 years in pro wrestling. But somehow they got BC into this thing. MJF was a big part of that. But even Wardlow, after the CM Punk bullshit, do you guys remember? I talk about it all the time. When Wardlow delivered 8 or 9 fucking Wardlow bombs to Punk, and Punk no-sold it. Punk got up on his feet and rolled up Wardlow. 1, 2, 3. A guy who took no offense at all from CM Punk got rolled up by a guy who just got fucking annihilated. He should have been knocked out to the following Dynamite. Instead, he jumps up after 6 seconds and rolls up Wardlow. And that was okay to so many fans. That was okay. BC, I see nothing wrong with it, man. BC, it's realistic, man. Well, what's realistic? He took 8 or 9 Wardlow bombs and got up on his feet. How is that okay? And then he rolled up the fucking guy who gave him the 9 Wardlow bombs. And the guy who took no offense stayed on his... This big fucking dude couldn't get one shoulder a centimeter off the fucking canvas. And that's realistic to you? That hurt Wardlow. But for him to be able to bounce back so quickly with that MJF feud, to see him go out on national TV in the middle of the fucking ring. He went out to the middle of the ring and he goes, I don't want to be a part of the interim championship tournament. I want to go for the mid-card title. I want to go for the TNT title. What are you fucking talking about? How is that realistic? I had people go, BC, it makes sense because he doesn't want any fake title or a secondary. He's going to go for the title when Punk is back. Are you fucking understanding what you get when you're in the tournament? If you win it, you get to... Oh my fucking... I can't even believe I have to say this. The biggest prize isn't even the interim title. You get to be the first person to take on CM Punk when he comes back. Exactly what you claimed Wardlow wanted. He wants to be the first person to take on Punk and become the champ. Why would you pass that up? Because he wanted to go for the TNT title, he says, in the middle of the ring. And the fans in attendance were confused. BC was fucking on the fucking floor, mind-boggled. I think I was twitching. My right eye started twitching on how stupid this was. And people were on my, I like it, Beasley. It makes sense. He's going to carry the TNT title to the stratosphere, Beasley. Yeah, how'd that work out for you, Chief? How'd that work out for you, Chief? I was told by the people that said I was wrong, I was told he's going to make the TNT title so relevant. It's going to be a banger of a TNT title reign, Beasley. Beasley, you don't know what you're talking about, man. Wardlow, this is the beginning of something huge, Beasley. Beasley. If you just fucking listen to me from the beginning, you wouldn't have to fucking look like an idiot afterwards. I told you this was going to happen. Just because I'm saying it in an amplified fucking way and I scream a lot, doesn't mean I'm any less fucking right all the time. I told you this was gonna happen. I told you TK doesn't know how to book Wardlow. Nor a fucking title in that company. I told you that shit. It's gonna be fine, Beasley. It's gonna be fine, man. This makes sense, Beasley. It's the TNT title, Beasley. He needs to be in this now, man. They're gonna build him up, man. How'd it work out? How'd it work out? I know how it worked out. I'm seeing this fucking guy miss another Dynamite and go to fucking Rampage when nobody's watching and be thrusted into another fucking tag match in New York City this Wednesday. That's how it turned out. Great. Awesome shit. How do you fuck up Wardlow's momentum? I have no fucking clue. Sticking with AEW for a second, Young Bucks. Young Bucks changed their Twitter bio recently to suspended AF. Suspended as fuck. And then they changed it like a little bit later. They switched it to not sure to be honest, TBH. Not sure to be honest. A lot of people were asking for how long. And they just said not sure to be honest. So they're answering questions in their bio. Which was hilarious. Suspended as fuck. People were asking them, what's the deal? They were like, suspended as fuck. And then they're like, not sure, to be honest. They don't even know what the fuck's going on. TK probably doesn't know. Half the investigation's still probably ongoing. And Kenny Omega, this is just as fucking funny. Or not, if you're the one getting bit. But he was in Japan doing some interviews. I'm hearing it has nothing to do with the AEW video game. I don't know what is true and what is not. I've seen some things where I think he was definitely helping out behind the scenes with the video game. I don't think he did interviews for it, though. I will stick up for him on that. I don't think he was actually publicly doing anything, but he absolutely was there with Christopher Daniels and so many others, setting up what needed to be said publicly, because he's one of the front runners to create that game. So Omega was absolutely in Japan behind the scenes for the video game as well. But I don't think he did anything publicly. But apparently in one of these interviews, on the same arm, was it the left arm? I don't know. Somebody in the chat may be able to tell me. JR9 Gaming, if you're up in here, man, maybe somebody could. I don't even know. I don't want to put that pressure on JR9. I don't know if anybody knows the exact arm, but one of the arms that it was said that he got bit by Ace fucking Steel, it literally showed a bite mark. Now, that's what Ace Steel supposedly bit him after the media scrum at All Out in the locker room brawl. That's why everybody was suspended. Ace Steel was in there fucking biting fucking Kenny Omega. Now, left arm. Yeah, okay, thank you guys. Left arm. So his left arm, it was showing a mark, almost like a bruise or something, that looked like it was in a biting formation. So you could kind of picture like Omega was putting his arm up and maybe Ace Steel was fucking biting that shit like he's Larry the dog. Maybe Larry was biting his ankle and Ace Steel was biting his fucking arm. I don't know. But that seems to back up the claim that he was fucking bit. I haven't seen a photo of it. Numerous reputable sources have said that was a photo they saw, though. It was an interview that they came across, and it did look like it. So, Ace Steel, man, what the fuck is this little chihuahua doing? I don't know who was worse, Larry the dog or fucking Ace Steel, man. What the fuck is this guy doing biting Kenny Omega? Was it really that lopsided? Punk does not have a lot of friends in AEW. He didn't in WWE either, man. Bobby Fish, it keeps wrecking CM Punk. You guys hear Bobby Fish lately? Bobby Fish called this dude. He said that he basically sandbagged him during a finish. Punk was supposed to pin him. I think it was after a GTS. And he said good match. Now, Fish says that that's kind of something that the boys say when they want to change something up. So Fish had to make a spur-of-the-moment call. Do I kick out or do I just take the pin? He kicked out of Punk's maneuver, and ever since, Punk has, in his words, Bobby Fish says, ever since, he's been a cunt to me. A cunt. And ever since, Bobby Fish has been fucking leveling verbally CM Punk. But that goes to show you how many cliques don't like him, right? You already know how the Young Bucks, Kenny Omega, the Elite, the EVPs feel, and you know how many people they have in their corner. A lot of people look up to and are good friends with the Elite, and they're the EVPs. So that's a big chunk of the locker room that doesn't like Punk. Then you have Bobby Fish, who you know is close boys with O'Reilly and Adam Cole, Bebe, who's also, his main squeeze is Britt Baker, who pretty much runs the women's division. I mean, there's so many groups that easily just don't like CM Punk. And this was probably the final nail in the coffee. I don't even know how Punk comes back to AEW. I don't see how he would be happy, and I don't see how the whole locker room would be happy. It seems with Punk gone, the locker room is starting to feel normal again a little bit, right? It seems like Dynamite is starting to hit its stride a little bit more. It's almost like CM Punk was that lethal dose of poison that came into AEW and started, even if it was subconsciously, even though if the dude did not mean to do it, it seems like he was the poison that was slowly but surely destroying AEW from within. How ironic, right? Tony Khan brought in CM Punk to be the guy, but it seems like Punk was the lethal dose of poison that was actually killing AEW from within. Now you take out, and maybe it was the Bucks in Omega too. Who knows? Maybe it was all these EVPs getting too big of a head and helping out their boys and gals over other people that were deserving. Who knows? But you eliminate all of the riffraff, and it seems like the locker room is more fucking cohesive than ever before. It seems like the shows are pulling in the best numbers than ever before. Some of that obviously is stemming from the real-life brawl. But this past week, we knew that none of them were going to be in attendance. We knew that Punk was gone. We knew that the EVPs were gone. And that was their best fucking show ratings-wise in a very long time. So, who the fuck knows? But Bobby Fish is not laying off this guy at all. Bobby Fish keeps challenging this guy to a real fight. I mean, it's fucking nuts, bro. Bobby Fish does not like this dude, man. Let me get some more fucking iced coffee. Hold on. I want to talk about Swerve. That's right. For you, those of you just tuning in, man, we got iced coffee in the coffee bar now, man. How cool is that, man? We got the fucking hot coffee, which I'm still fucking downing. We got the iced coffee. Sasha, my assistant, went ahead and fucking just added to the coffee bar. It's 30% lemonade, 30% iced tea, and 40% of an amplified coffee brew, iced coffee. So It's fucking, yeah, this is the shit, bro. It's fucking epic, bro. Swerve Strickland, man, he's finally breaking his silence on Hit Row, returning to WWE without him. Under Triple H's guidance. Swerve says, and this is a quote, guys, so I want to make sure I have this correct. Swerve says, and I quote, "I'm happy to see where they're at now. I'm happy to see them in the mix, and I'm happy to see that those three individuals are getting a chance to perform again on that level. Under the Triple H regime, they have more of an opportunity to express, to truly showcase all of what they can potentially do." Top Dollar was a brilliant mind for a lot of that. A lot of what we did in the past in NXT and starting up in SmackDown and stuff like that, Top Dollar presented a lot of brilliant ideas. He truly is the godfather of Hit Row. Hit Row the group and Hit Row the brand. Bro, that's huge. So first of all, Swerve is showing nothing but love, and you kind of knew he would. You always kind of think, though, what is Swerve thinking? He's got a tag title, but what is he thinking about his former group returning to WWE on that stage? Does he think he should be there? Does he want to be there, you know? Just like Adam Cole, seeing Triple H take over, and Adam Cole knows he would have been booked to the moon, like a John Gargano, Johnny Wrestling. But instead, Adam Cole is kind of in flux. Even when he comes back from injury, I don't know if Tony Khan knows how to book an Adam Cole. Even with the Owen tournament, it still doesn't feel like it feels like Adam Cole was booked better in NXT than he has been thus far in AEW before the injury. Even with the tournament victory, the Owen Hart. Just doesn't feel like Adam Cole is relevant. In NXT, he was the fucking guy. So I always wondered, I know a lot of you guys, like, how does that actually happen? How does that happen and you're not thinking like, damn, if only I was there? You know? If Swerve is thinking like, should I be? Instead, he's mad and proud of them. He's happy for them, and he knows with Triple H they're in good hands. And he actually went ahead. Everybody looked at Swerve as the guy. A lot of people look at Swerve like he was the leader. Swerve has come out and saying, it was actually Top Dollar who, in his words, this is a quote, he was the godfather. He is the godfather of Hit Row. All of the ideas, NXT and SmackDown, Top Dollar. Top Dollar was the mastermind behind it all. That's pretty cool of him to say. He didn't have to say that. You know, he's fucking putting Top Dollar over pretty good. And he's showing that love over to Hit Row. So Swerve gets some fucking Swerve points. I was never the highest on Swerve, to be honest. I needed to be captivated a little bit more, and so far I'm not there. I don't think Keith Lee should be in a tag team at all. Then again, I don't know, man. I got a lot to say about Keith Lee. But they're tag champs. I hope nothing but the best for him. But Swerve just added some fucking brownie points, man. That was really cool for him to say. Salute. So Swerve. Where do we want to go? Raw Preview. Let's go to the Raw Preview, man, which is just in a few hours East Coast time anyway. What do we got, JR9? What am I gonna see here, bro? I haven't seen it yet, guys. I haven't seen this yet. Oh, okay. Lashley versus Rollins. That's right. That's for the championship, I believe, correct? So we have San Jose, California, United States champion Bobby Lashley is going to be taking on Seth Rollins for the title. Austin Theory is going to be taking on Kevin Owens a second time within the last 3 weeks. They took on each other a couple weeks ago. Kevin Owens beat Austin Theory 1, 2, 3. I think it was just a KO stunner, correct? So now we're just going to run it back. Should be a good match, but I did already see it. We'll see what Owens and Theory does. Last week was such a good segment between those two. And we'll see what role Johnny Gargano plays on it as well. JR9, rumors of Bliss versus Bayley as the main event. Okay, Bliss versus Bayley is a possibility. I did see that Damage Control is supposed to be a big part of the show. I don't know what that means. We've heard that before, and Damage Control was anything but a big part of the show. Is anybody, are you guys down for Alexa Bliss versus Bayley in the main event? Damage Control Championship Celebration. Maybe that's what they mean about a big night for Damage Control. And maybe it's going to be fucking derailed by Bayley, or I'm sorry, Alexa Bliss, Asuka, Bianca Belair. And we're going to have the same 6 ladies that we had for over a month leading into Clash at the Castle. We're going to do the same fucking shit. We'll see, though, man. But that's Monday Night Raw so far. They're going on up against Monday Night Football. Who's the game tonight? I put all my eggs into last night's basket, guys. I put all my focus, attention, time, energy. I almost lost my voice. My Green Bay Packers were on Sunday Night Football against the Bears from Chicago. We beat the shit out of the Bears from Chicago. But there was a moment there in the first quarter where I was just, and the second half, we played like shit. So I was yelling a lot, and I was basically playing the role of coach or referee. But once the Packers beat the Bears, I turned off my NFL meter because I was spent, man. But salute to my Green Bay Packers, 1-1, good bounce back from last week's ass whooping. For the Chicago Bears, we still fucking own you. Tonight is the Vikings and the Eagles. Now this is big because the Vikings are in our division, the Packers division. So I need them to lose, and they just beat the shit out of us last week. So if they win, they're going to be number 1 in the division, 2-0. We're going to be 1-1. If the Vikings can lose, it's tied up 1-1. You guys see where I'm going with that? And also the Bills and the Titans for the AFC. Okay, so it's a doubleheader. Triple H has his work cut out for him. I don't use Monday Night Football as an excuse, though, guys. Triple H is going to have to work double, triple, quadruple over. He's not going to beat Monday Night Football, but there's no reason he shouldn't be competing with them. It's what they used to do in the Attitude Era. Come on. You got to find a way to make fans pick up the remote and go back over to wrestling. Back over to Monday Night Raw. You have to give them a reason. That's what they used to do back in the Attitude Era. Huge doubleheader. Covered Swerve on that. So that's the Monday Night Raw preview, man, going up against Monday Night Football, man. Triple H explains why he brought fucking War Games to Survivor Series. Levesque recounted a piece of advice that Vince McMahon gave him. If you put yourself in the seats, you could never go wrong. I think if you go out there and you think, what would you want to see? If you're a fan and just love what we do, what would you want to see? That's bullshit. Vince McMahon never did that, Triple H. Bullshit. Guys, I dropped a lot of fucking stories on you. It's going on nearly an hour and a half. I think I'm going to let you guys fucking relax for a few hours before Monday Night Raw. I'm going to stick with you a little bit longer. I know there were some super chats that came up on this fucking Monday afternoon. I want to give some shout outs to my next level amplified unit members, the ones that throw BC a coffee when it's not needed. But if you tip the content creator, I'm going to make sure that you get that love and respect right back. Thank you for everyone. 260 plus of you that have smashed that up while I was ranting and raving about facts. 260 plus of you guys know the deal. Over 260 you guys live on a fucking Monday afternoon. You understand. You guys fucking rock. I appreciate that. Let's take that to 300, man. You guys are the smartest wrestling fans in this community. I'm not saying that just because it's biased and it's my channel. I'm saying it because we can talk about these subjects and we don't cry about it because we disagree. No, Beasley, I'm unsubbing, man. I disagree with you, man. You're wrong. I'm not an airport. You don't got to announce your departure. Get the fuck out. Hit the bricks. Hit the fucking bricks. You guys are the fucking best. So I want to give a shout out over to, I know I saw a couple super chatters up in here, man. There's no way I'm ending this without giving you guys some love. Hold on. Sasha, can I get the medium up or no? Yeah, no, but I'm not getting it. Oh, no. Relax. I got it. WWE AEW Marvel fan with a 5-spot coffee. Let me get the hot coffee over. That's my tried and true over there. WWE AEW Marvel fan. Good to see you up in here. As always, let me give you a proper salute. WWE AEW Marvel fan says the Charlotte Flair agenda needs to stop, especially with Triple H supposedly in charge. We are tired of it. Enough is enough. Have someone else. Now, that's what I thought I saw as the first super, and that's why I saved that. I wanted to talk about this. We went an hour and a half. We didn't even discuss this. And I thought I saw that as the first super earlier. So this is a perfect time to... you guys are not going to like this, all right? You're not going to like this too much. It's not confirmed, so don't worry. We're hoping this changes. But it is looking like Triple H. It's a very real possibility that he's calling an audible and that Charlie Flair is going to the Raw brand, to the red brand, and it's going to be Charlie Flair taking the title from Bianca Belair. Not a Bayley, and I don't see how the fuck you could do that. Bayley was poised to come back and get this title. I believe that's the way you have to go. If they're going to do this Bayley thing, Bayley versus Bianca to end 2022, but at WrestleMania, Bianca is going to lose the title to Charlotte because that's what it's looking like. Charlotte is going to return for the fucking, probably Survivor Series, win the Royal Rumble, and take Bianca's fucking title. And if that's the case, I cannot tell you, as much as we've been praising Triple H, I cannot tell you how fucking awful of a decision that would be. And there is still time to make sure that does not happen. That is not shade to Charlie Flair. I hope the best for her. I hope when she comes back, we can give a fuck about her and what she is doing, which has not happened with the whole audience yet. But in no way, shape, or form should it be Charlie Flair beating Bianca Belair. This whole title reign for Bianca Belair cannot be to drop that title to Charlotte Flair at a Royal Rumble or a WrestleMania. And it looks like that's where they're going with it. It looks like they're going to have her. Somehow Bayley is not going to take it. At War Games, Bianca will be in the schmaz match. And then at the Rumble, we start the road to WrestleMania. So for those of you that thought it was going to be Charlotte intervening with Liv Morgan and Ronda Rousey, possible. This is not confirmed, guys. This is the latest word that we're getting, that Triple H is seriously considering that audible. Triple H, Paul Levesque loves Charlotte Flair. Triple H, Paul Levesque loves the Flairs. He has always loved Ashley Flair, Charlotte Flair, always. You see the thumbnail. That's how their relationship is. They literally love one another. And it's not just about what Vince would do that Triple H definitely would not do. Triple H has shown you that when he's high on somebody, even if it's considered Vince McMahon booking, he's going to do it. Look at Braun Strowman. We all thought of that as a Vince McMahon fucking project, right? Vince McMahon would give him 2 inches, then take him back a mile. He would give him momentum, and then he would fucking derail the momentum. Vince McMahon fucked with that guy. Triple H brought him back. And people were like, well, that doesn't seem like a Triple H thing. But if you listen to Triple H, Paul Levesque talk about Braun, he loves Braun. You listen to Paul Levesque talk about Flair, he fucking loves Ashley Flair. And he probably doesn't see an avenue where she comes back and takes out what? Liv Morgan? You got to believe that Ronda's going to take the belt from Morgan. It's an Extreme Rules match at Extreme Rules. How the fuck is Liv Morgan even going to survive, much less walk out with the title? So then you have Charlotte come back as a face to take out Ronda, who's the heel? Or is Ronda supposed to instantly transform back to a face so that Charlie's the heel and it all comes back to Charlie anyway? I think Triple H knows that's a dead-end road. So now he's going to fucking... It's going to be poor Bianca Belair and Bayley who have to be sacrificed. Bayley does not become the one to take it from Belair, and Belair has to drop it to Charlie. That's what BC is coming to. The word that we're getting is don't be shocked if there's an audible and Charlie's going to the red brand to take the title from Bianca. That's where the report ends, guys. Everything else that I'm talking about is what BC is concluding. You got to believe that the reason for that, unless it's just Vince McMahon wanting that, as much as Triple H loves Ashley Flair, Charlotte, I mean, that just seems like something Vinnie Mac would do, right? No, it's got to be Charlotte. Listen to me, you son of a bitch. And I don't think Triple H is going to be like, no, you told me it's mine. I'm not listening to you, man. No, Triple H is going to say, okay. There's probably been 30 things that Vince McMahon told Triple H he's got to do, and Triple H probably did it. But I don't see how this is okay to do that to anybody right now. Ronda should not have to turn back to a face to appease Charlotte's return, which is not going to connect with anybody unless you're a diehard Charlotte fan. On the flip side, even if Liv walks out with the title over Ronda, it shouldn't be fucking Charlotte who takes it. And on the red brand, there's no way that Charlotte should jump over Bayley. And on top of that, Belair lose it. I mean, there's no way that I see any instance where Charlotte Flair should be the one to take the title, because it just wrecks everybody in the process, and it doesn't even do anything for Charlotte. It's going to be the same fucking response as always. So I don't know how you guys feel about it. Unless you love Charlotte, probably you're on board with this. I don't see how you would do Belair that filthy. Belair does not deserve that, and Bayley does not deserve to be done filthy like that. There's still time. I'm hoping that this is just talk within Stamford, Connecticut, and that Triple H hears these voices, understands that that's not best for business, and does not do that. Charlotte should come back, give her a meaningful storyline. That's fine. It should have nothing to do with the title. Same thing I said with Logan Paul and how he's not blocking the roster because everybody else, from AJ Styles to a fucking Elias or Ezekiel, doesn't matter who you are on that roster. You don't need to be in a title picture to be relevant. You just need good booking. Same thing with Charlie Flair. She doesn't always have to come back to have a fucking title. Why does she have to be a 20-time champion within 7 years of her career? And still, 14 fucking titles, and she still does not know how to connect with the majority of the audience. And you're going to sacrifice possibly Bianca Belair? And even if they audible back to the original plan and take her to the blue brand, Liv Morgan does not need to put up with that shit, nor does Ronda. If you don't know how to book Ashley Flair in a storyline that doesn't have to do with a title, then maybe she shouldn't fucking be there until you come up with a plan. I cannot. Chat, I cannot be the only one that is so done with Charlotte just coming back every time to get a championship from somebody, and it never leads to anything. Never leads to anything exciting. Never does shit for Charlotte other than uptick her fucking championship count. And it always derails everybody who she pins and takes the title from. Anyway, that was a long-winded answer. WWE AEW Marvel fan who says the Charlotte Flair agenda needs to stop, especially with Triple H supposedly in charge. We are tired of it. Enough is enough. Have someone else. So when I say I can't be the only one, it's good to know that WWE AEW Marvel fan agrees with BC, understands BC's words. You gotta stop this Charlotte Flair bullshit. You have to. Even if you're a mega fan of Charlotte Flair, I hope you would understand how this is just not helping the company or anybody involved. So I did see that earlier. I saved that story for that, and I almost forgot had I not read that. So thank you, WWE AEW Marvel fan. Let me give you another salute, dude. Thanks for the coffee, as always. More importantly, it's always good having you up in here. Sam Byers with a couple of 5-spot coffees, man. Sam Byers throws over a fucking a super sticker, it's called, showing the love. I appreciate that, Sam Byers. And then Sam Byers says, were those ratings for Dynamite correct, BC? Yes. Sam Byers, if you guys saw last week's video on the ratings for AEW, they were shocking because we did not think the CM Punk Elite storyline, the EVP, the backstage brawl, that was finished. We know that none of them are going to be on TV, and now we're all going to move on now. And somehow they pulled a bigger rating than even Mox Punk title versus title or undisputed title match. The post All Out Dynamite didn't even come close to last week's number. BC was shocked. Industry professionals that follow numbers were shocked. We thought there might be an issue, a mistake. Sam Byers, the last word I got was that was a real number. AEW just fucking shattered nearly a 1.2. 1.175. So that was epic for them, bro. So Sam Byers, upon my research, that number looks to be true. And that was huge. Sam Byers. Appreciate it, brother. Salute. Ron C23. What up, dude? Good to have Ron C23 up in here. Hopefully you're still up in here, man, so you can hear that shout out. What up, BC? What up, Ron C23? Can't wait to see what Charlotte does. rocket to the stratosphere. Oh, you ain't going to have to wait long, man. It's imminent. And she's going to be pretty fucking relevant if your name is Paul Levesque or Vincent Kennedy McMahon, who could still be running this. Who the fuck knows? But Ron C23, you're going to get a whole lot of Charlotte Flair coming up, bro. Much love and appreciation always, Ron C. Salute, dude. Iced coffee, man. 30% lemonade, 30% iced tea, and 40% iced coffee. Amplified brew from Sasha. Check this out. We have a lot. Let's fill it up some more. Fuck it. The coffee bar has iced coffee now, man. Oh, we are fucking electric. Moto Colo. Moto's up in here. Moto says, hey, BC. Moto here. What up, Moto? Salute, dude. Moto says, how great is it that Survivor Series is War Games this year? So fucking special, man. Just being in Boston, Massachusetts, which I have a lot of history with, and just that crowd is going to be so electric. It's going to be Triple H's first Survivor Series as the man for the most part. Still think Vince McMahon has some say in a lot of shit and has the master key, but that's beside the point. This is going to be big for Triple H. He's bringing War Games. And the fact, Moto, not just that War Games is coming, Moto, but the fact that he said it's not going to be Raw versus SmackDown and none of that shit. It's going to be storyline driven and based. Triple H is putting a focus. That was his words. It's going to be story driven, storyline based. I mean, bro, that's fucking huge, bro. I mean, Moto, I'm pumped up for that. I really am. That's pretty big. Salute, Moto. Always good seeing you up in here, man. Just like Ed Rom. Ed Rom's up in here with a 5-spot coffee. 100% on everything you said, BC, on Logan versus Roman. It is fresh, unexpected, and they are getting eyeballs onto WWE. Ed Rom, that's just the truth. I love the people that are like, yeah, okay, it's fresh, it's unexpected, and they're getting eyeballs, and it's better for business, but I don't give a fuck because it's wrong. What are you talking about? The numbers are fucking awesome right now for Triple H and WWE because of this. It's one of the only actual storylines that it's connecting. I mean, that press conference when Roman shoved fucking Logan, that's at 1.8 million fucking views in a day. Or over 1.7 by now, probably 1.8. It's headed over to 2.0. Collectively, those pressers got over 4 million views. Are you kidding me? What are you talking about? Is it really blocking the roster? Bullshit. If you think Logan Paul is blocking an entire roster because he's in one fucking match at Crown Jewel, whether it's for a title or whether it's to crown the new fucking Queen of England, I don't give a fuck what's on the line. One match, one dude, two dudes, Roman and Logan, are not going to cockblock an entire fucking roster unless your name's John Cena and you got to turn heel so you could create some fucking faces. No, Roman's not doing that. Roman's hardly on fucking TV. So you say, BC, that's the problem, man. The titles need to be defended more. But no. First, we need storylines and characters we care about. You don't need a title for that. Do you get what I'm saying? Once we get characters we care about, and we get storylines that are awesome, then we can start worrying about the title all the time and who's going for the title. That's what I mean. There's way bigger problems. Logan Paul is not cock-blocking an entire roster. Stop it. And Roman Reigns is not either. Ed Rom, I appreciate that, bro. 100% on everything I said about it. And Ed Rom, I know that, bro. When I talk about situations like that, I'm not giving you guys opinion. I'm just stating the facts, and I'm hoping you guys understand the facts. If you don't like Logan versus Roman, that's awesome. Good for you. Different strokes, different folks. I hope... I mean, I don't know. It's going to be a rough 7 weeks for you guys. But this is absolutely best for business, A, and B, nobody gets fed to Roman in the process. Nobody like AJ Styles has to be put through the same fucking storyline we see with every other top wrestler where they're going to face somebody in the bloodline every week because Roman won't be there. And then come fucking Crown Jewel, AJ Styles gets beat, and then he's back to the beginning of the line. Why do you want to see AJ Styles done dirty like that, bro? No. So Ed Rom, I appreciate it, man. I love amplified unit members like Ed Rom that just get it. Man, it makes what BC does so fucking epic. Because I know we're on the same page and we're creating true fucking change. One way or the other, Triple H or people close to him hear this shit. Thank you, Ed Rom. Whoo. Ashley Steggles. Ashley, I believe you sent over a super thanks. I believe that was you. I'm going to go back and recheck, but I think that was you from earlier's video. Much love and respect, Ashley Steggles, for that super thanks, man. That lights up in a certain color pattern, so I absolutely see that. And I saw that before we went live. And Ashley Steggles with another 179 says, BC's on my War Games team. Fuck yeah, man. Put BC in the fucking cage and watch me start snapping motherfuckers. Ashley Steggles, no offense, bro. You could probably throw down, but you just stay in the corner and watch BC destroy whoever's up against, man. Give me Omos, Veer Mahan, the big man, Braun Strowman. I want all the big guys. Because I'm going to be double fisting coffees the whole day. Ashley Steggles, man. Much love and appreciation also. Moto with another fucking spot, man. Moto with another coffee over to BC. I appreciate that, dude. Multiple coffees being thrown over to BC's by Moto. And BC appreciates that shit. Ashley says, that's the plan. BC's on my team, and I'm going to be drinking coffee in the corner. Ashley Steggles, man. That's an LOL moment. Moto says, Wardlow has definitely been done dirty, even with the TNT title. It feels like he's been buried. Yeah. And we saw that for years in WWE where people had titles and it feels like they were so irrelevant, they're basically fucking non-existent. I always say Asuka's title reign is one of them. When she was the Raw Women's Champion and she had to hold the hand of Lana in a tag team. And only when Charlotte came back did Lana get kicked out of that team. And then Asuka had to hold the hand of Charlotte so that Charlotte could get a face rub. And even Asuka could not do it for Charlotte. So within a month, Charlotte was back as a heel because they didn't know what to do. They didn't know how to get a reaction for Charlotte Flair. And we saw it with Finn Balor, Ricochet, Shinsuke Nakamura, U.S. championships, IC championships. We saw one champion after another not feel like a champion. They were not booked like a champion. They didn't feel like a champ. There was no prestige to them or the title, and most of the title defenses were on TV, not even the pay-per-view. So you couldn't even act like the titles were relevant because they weren't even defended on the biggest matches, which were the pay-per-views, the premium events. It was fucking so stupid. Moto. Come on, bro. Moto knows. Man, we down in this iced coffee too fast. I think that's the problem, Sasha. We're going to end up down in this whole thing in the next couple of hours. Man, Sasha added iced coffee to the coffee bar, and we are rocking. Kevin MD, 5 spot. Kevin MD. Damn it, Triple H, stop ruining my WWE. Now listen, Kevin MD, if you're talking about the Charlotte thing, that's not confirmed. I'm giving you guys a heads up. That is the latest word we got, is that Triple H and company are thinking about doing a huge audible because they don't see how to fit her into the Liv Morgan Ronda situation, and they want to go a different route. So they're honestly thinking about sending Charlie over to the Red brand, not Bayley taking it from Belair. It's going to be Charlie, and they're even talking about Mania. So, that's what we're hearing, because she's not coming back for another. It would be after Extreme Rules. So you'd be talking Mania, because Charlotte would be in War Games, you would think. And it would be a month of her to come back. So it would be Mania. So Bayley would not get it. That's exactly what they would be discussing. If Bayley's not going to get it, it's going to be WrestleMania. So I'm just giving you a heads up. And there's enough time to change that, Triple H. You can always go back, bro. You don't have to do that, H. You don't have to do dirty like that to Belair. You don't have to do Bayley dirty, Liv, Ronda. You don't have to do the whole roster dirty by sending in Charlie to grab her 86th championship. Kevin MD, man. Appreciate it, brother. We'll see what H pulls the trig on, man. At least he's giving us War Games. That's got to account for something, I guess. That was the first round of supers, guys. While I was going over that first round, a whole nother round came in. Starting with the Jimmy Fingers 19. Jimmy Fingers, we got a fucking iced coffee fucking bar now, man. We got iced coffee in the coffee bar now, dude. How cool is that shit, Jimmy Fingers 19? BC, double war games at Survivor Series in Boston. Why don't you come up to Boston and join me VIP seats on Jimmy Fingers, bro? Maybe I'll be up in there, but I don't know. Like I said earlier, I have to travel around that weekend. Now, that whole end of the fucking month is looking like October for BC. There's a lot of travel. I'm going to try to actually somehow get there. I don't know. I'll let you guys know the plans. But that's going to be huge for Boston, and I just don't know how I can miss that, but I have so much traveling to do. But Jimmy Fingers, yeah, and Jimmy Fingers, you brought up a damn good point. I forgot to even mention this. You guys probably already talked about it in the chat. It's a double war games, guys. It's not even just the men. I was so fucking hopped up on what Triple H said about it's not going to be Raw versus SmackDown. It's going to be storyline driven. Everybody in the match is going to have a storyline based. So I was so electric about that, I forgot to even mention the women have their own, guys. But I have kind of mentioned it in other talks, so because I was talking about women's war games, so I guess I kind of mentioned it. The point is, it's going to be a double dip war games night at Survivor Series this year. The women are going to have a war games match. The men are going to have a fucking war games match. So that's fucking huge. Jimmy Fingers 19, I appreciate you even fucking reminding me to say that. I don't think I actually said it like that. So that's fucking huge. And Jimmy Fingers 19, if I'm up in Boston for that event, man, I'm going to let you guys know ahead of time. So if you see the amplified, man, don't be afraid to yell out. Don't be afraid. I don't bite. Not at first. I might be super amplified. You might see me fucking throwing somebody up against the fucking wall near the concession stands. But once I'm done throwing somebody through the wall, come over and say, what's up? We'll drink some fucking cold ones or some hot ones. We'll down a couple and we'll go watch one of the war games matches, man. Jimmy Fingers 19, tip of the cap, bro. Primo Cologne with a 179 and 449. A couple of coffees by Primo. So let me do a big gulp for Primo. 30% lemonade, 30% fucking iced tea, and 40% amplified cold brew iced coffee. Salute. Primo says BC SmackDown and Rampage numbers out by Brandon. Yes. BC over 665,000 over 50 tuned into Dynamite last week. 665. That's pretty. There's one of the upticks. A lot of the older crowd wanted it on that shit. While 510K were in the 18 to 49, doing 1.175 million. So 510,000 of Dynamite's number was 18 to 49. Even more were 50 and over. Damn! I did not know that, Primo. Well, there's how you got to 1175. 2 weeks ago, 546K over 50 and 489 for the 1849 for the 1.035. So if you do the 510 and the 1849 this week over the 489 from last week, that's 21,000 more fans this past week. So that's not a lot. But the 50 and over, that was 54, 59, 69, 79, 89, 99, 100, 119,000 more fans 50 and over, guys. Almost 120,000. Almost 120,000 more fans 50 and over. That's how you got the 1175. Primo Cologne, thanks for the numbers, bro. I'm going to have to dissect that shit for sure. And I did want to check something, too, that Primo said for the numbers for SmackDown. The official number is out, is what Primo said. Primo, I appreciate that, dude. So let me go over to that. Primo Cologne is correct. 53 minutes ago, Brandon Thurston has released the numbers. SmackDown, a 2.2, bro. 2.2. Rampage pulls 470. They're going to have to take that show off the air soon, man. If that dips under 4, I think you just put Law & Order SVU or Blue Bloods on. That's what I mean. Wardlow is going out there and performing over 400,000 people. Come on, man. That guy deserves to be on Dynamite. Now let me go over this too, because the initial overnight rating, the over the weekend guys, was a 2.086, and people were talking about what a drop that was for SmackDown. That was not true. Brandon Thurston said there was going to be around a 5.2 percent difference. It was, what is it? 2.3. So that was going to be based on a 5.2 adjustment. So Brandon Thurston thought that was going to be closer to 2.190. It beat that. It was more than a 5.2 adjustment. Guys, it pulled in 2.2. Now, what does that mean, right? BC, why does that matter? It matters big time. That's aside from the post Clash at the Castle SmackDown, which pulled in 2.3 plus. Aside from that, this is the highest rated one in at least a month, because if you go before the Clash at the Castle post show, these were the three numbers: 2.084 a month ago, 3 weeks ago 1.990, and 2 weeks ago 2.077. This was the highest rated at 2.2, and it didn't even have Roman Reigns. It was just Logan Paul trying to sell this shit with the bloodline. This is what I mean about Logan Paul. Say what you fucking want. This guy helped them without Roman Reigns pull in their, aside from the Clash at the Castle post show, which was last week. This is their highest rating in well over a fucking month. And that's without Roman, man. I mean, you got to give the dude his fucking credit, I would hope. And on top of that, 2.212. Even the post Clash at the Castle was over 2.3 was their top. So, I mean, he's right there, bro. They're competing with the Clash at the Castle number. That's huge. Primo, thank you for letting me know that Brandon dropped that over on the WrestleNomics crew. Big time. And guys, we went over 300 on the ups. I appreciate that. Let's take that to 350 plus on our road to 400. I appreciate that, man. Helps the algorithm big time. Primo, thank you, dude, for all that info. Always good seeing you up in there, and great conversation points. Oh, my boy Chris Underwood's up in here. Chris Underwood. Haven't seen you up in here in a minute, but dude, we're doing some iced coffee now as well, bro. It ain't just the hot coffee anymore. My assistant Sasha's upping the coffee bar. This is the fucking place to be, man. The Amplified Studios are bumping, Chris Underwood. Good to see you up in here, man. BC, what's up, brother? Not too much, Chris. We're rocking it. Glad I could make it for another excellent stream. Here's a coffee, my man. Cheers. I appreciate that, Chris Underwood, man. It's just always good seeing you up in here. I don't get to see you all the time. Chris Underwood, salute. Appreciate the coffee, man. Jamal's up in this bitch. One of my tried and trues. Jamal Strake at $9.99. Jamal says, BC, I want Bianca to squash Charlotte, not have another title reign ruined, and have Roman beat Logan. WWE begins to plant the seeds for Roman versus Rock and or Cody. Well, that's going to happen, Jamal. Logan's going to drop this match. Logan's going to lose. AJ style, nobody like that has to be fed to Roman. No harm, no foul. This is like Apollo calling out Rocky Balboa. It's nothing but a championship exhibition match at an event like Crown Jewel. It's no harm, no foul. We don't have to have a temper tantrum. It's going to be okay. And it's going to be an exciting, good match. I really do feel that way, man. I think Triple H will book this perfectly. And then we set the seeds up for Cody and Roman, man. We start to jump into Survivor Series, and then afterwards, it's WrestleMania season, man. I'd like to see Roman have two matches WrestleMania weekend. Rock versus Roman, Roman versus Cody. 2 nights of WrestleMania, he's got to defend both fucking belts. How's that? Jamal, absolutely. And as far as Charlotte getting the belt from Bianca, I really hope that does not end up happening. But that is what is being talked about. I just wanted to be the first to give you guys a heads up. If it does happen, remember where you heard it first. And even if she goes to the blue brand back to the blue brand, is she the one, not Ronda, that's going to take it from Liv? Nobody needs to see that shit. It should not happen. And if Ronda gets the title from Liv, Charlotte should have nothing to do with Ronda Rousey. I don't see any fucking realistic way or good way to bring back Charlotte into a championship title picture. She should stay away from the title picture. Way more than Logan Paul, I assure you. Jamal, much love and respect always, man. And hold on, that wasn't even it. Jamal with another $199, man. Let me give another fucking salute to Jamal, a beast. BC, will you be at Halloween Horror Nights down in Orlando and LA? Yes. I don't miss that. I have a lot of business to do in Florida in October, and I plan it that way because I'm a big theme park fucking nerd. I love Halloween at the parks up in California or over in California. They have a Universal Hollywood, and even Disneyland puts out parties over there. The Sea Worlds, they usually have some fun parties. And down in Orlando, they have Halloween Horror Nights. It's always a big party. So yes, I will be there. I don't know any dates because I have to do a lot of traveling and I do a lot of business down there as well. But on certain nights, I will abso-fucking-lutely, guys, be at HHN, dude. I don't miss that shit. I try not to. But it's wrapped around a lot of business, Jamal. So I couldn't give you a realistic date. And that's usually when I have to take time away from the channel as well. But I usually stack you guys up. I stock you guys up with a lot of content beforehand and afterwards. So it's usually pretty good. Hopefully you catch it, Jamal. I don't know if you're a Florida boy or not. Hopefully you get to check out HHN, man. What a party. Moto with another fucking coffee over to BC says, I guess the rating will be even higher with the coming weeks. WWE is grabbing the entire boxing community with this Roman and Logan story. Yeah, Moto, there's going to be factors. There's going to be fucking football fatigue, so you're going to have to go above and beyond. I don't use that as an excuse, but there's going to be some football fatigue. Baseball is going to be winding down its season, so there's some of that fatigue. And you're about to enter holidays. So there's a lot of things working against SmackDown. But yeah, I mean that rating, the overnight was a 2.086. They ended up over a 2.2. Second only to the post-Clash at the Castle show. And that was without the champion Roman Reigns. It was just Logan Paul face-to-face with the Bloodline. I mean, it's pretty big, Moto. If they do this correctly, storyline-wise, should be a hell of fun. But the match will definitely deliver either way. So, Moto, we're just going to have to wait and see. Moto! I just love fucking saying that, too, man. Moto! Salute, dude. Salute. Ah! Did I fucking get everybody? You guys were beast status with a half an hour of notice on a Monday afternoon, bro. I think I got everybody. If I didn't, you guys know how it is. I'll get the complete list later, and I will give you guys who, if I did miss anybody, I'll give you a shout out in the very next vid or live stream. So if I missed anybody, I'll get you. I think I got everybody. Oh, hold on. Dr. Smooth Dude. Love that fucking name, dude. Dr. Smooth Dude with a 2 spot. Says, love your streams. My kind of guy. WWE, Coffee, in the Packers. WWE, Coffee, and the Green Bay Packers. Bruh, if that's all what you're interested in, fuck yeah, dude. You know, you're living life correctly. Dr. Smooth Dude. Following the Green Bay Packers, some World Wrestling Entertainment as our form of entertainment, and a hell of a lot of coffee to stay amplified and whoop the world's ass. Dr. Smooth Dude. I love that, dude. That's badass. Glad I caught that right before we ended this shit. And I want to give another shout out to all my my super chatters, because you guys are next level. To throw a coffee over to BC, that's never needed. I say this all the time. I'm always going to have plenty of coffee, guys. You never have to give me a dime. All I ask from you guys is totally free. Just smash the up. Help the algorithm. The fact that you guys throw BC a coffee, I got to show that love right back, and I'm going to do that again right now. From Moto, I appreciate the coffees. Jamal Straken, Chris Underwood, Primo Cologne, Jimmy Fingers 19, Kevin MD, Ashley Steggles, Ed Rom, Ron C 23, Sam Byers, WWE AEW Marvel fan, and I missed somebody, bro. Christopher Spires. Christopher, if you're still in here, man, I caught it. Christopher says, the truth is WWE never seen Bayley on the same level as Charlotte Flair or Becky Lynch. I totally agree with that. Absolutely. I think with Triple H it'll be better, or I hope it is, but I completely agree. Ashley Flair with Vince and Triple H was always well above Bayley in terms of how they saw her, and even Becky Lynch over the past couple of years. So Christopher Spires, I absolutely agree. Christopher, I'm so glad I caught that, man. I did not end the stream when I'll give you that shout out, man. It's a good thing I went back and checked. Christopher Spires, I appreciate that. Brah. See that? Good thing I went and double checked. So to all my fucking super chats, I think I got everything. And Dr. Smooth Dude. You guys fucking rock. To my chat. Much love to all you guys, man. Ikea Haywood. I see you, Ikea. Bye. Ikea, you keep rocking. Check you. There you go, Ikea. Check you. James Shrimp Fajitas. Keep on rocking. James Shrimp Fajitas. You know the deal, bro. Salute. Sir Charles in this bitch. You like that, Sir Charles? Malachi. Much love back to you. Ashley Stagles. Ashley, thank you for the coffee, man. The super thanks, man. If that was indeed you, I got to go back and check, but appreciate that. Red team, go! Now hit the bricks, says Ashley. Jeffrey, what up, my dude? Pile driver, Warwick, JR9 Gaming, my right-hand man. JR9, salute, dude. JR9 has to get a separate one, man. One of the best. Joseph Ramos, Patrick, Dr. Smooth, dude. The Packers own the fucking Bears. No fucking doubt, dude. DJ is a prodigy. Eddie. Shabazz. Isaiah. I appreciate that, Isaiah. I appreciate that, dude. CT. Check your leader. Crystal. Bye. Dante Jared. 23. No, not the Viking. They kicked our ass, Ryan. They kicked our fucking ass last week. Yeah. They kicked our ass, and it was Bruce's fault. Blame Bruce Pritchard, damn it. Tony, Connie, everybody, man. All right, guys, I'm going to let you off the hook, man. We spent 2 fucking hours. 2 fucking... That can't be right. Is that clock correct? Did we go fucking 2 hours on this thing? Oh, shit, it is. 2 fucking hours, man. I only have 5 bullet points. That's telling me. I got 3 clocks right now telling me this thing went 2 fucking hours, guys. All right, guys, salute. I'm out. This is crazy. This is what happens when we get iced coffee onto the fucking channel. Enjoy Monday Night Raw today, guys. I'll be with you tonight. I'll be with you guys tomorrow morning, and we'll have the review in full. So I appreciate it. Till next time, top guy, and I'm fucking out. Check you. What's wrong? What? Oh, did I miss something? Oh, I did, didn't I? I missed something, didn't I? I forgot to do something. Or not really me. My assistant forgot to do something. Let me down this, first of all, before we tell Sasha what she has to do. Yeah, Enforcer 2K9. I almost got the fucking jobber outro, bro. Enforcer knows. I almost got the fucking jobber boot. Let me down this, and we got to tell Sasha to do something. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's downing it. Let's fill this some more. Let's down some more first. Let's get super amplified and whoop everybody's ass on the streets. Oh! Sasha's in the corner going like this. Stop, BC. You're going to be too wild. Sasha, you ain't got to worry about that. You know what you got to do, Sasha? You got to hit my motherfucking music. I'm out, guys. Much love and respect. What a fun time, man. What a stream. You guys rock. Thank you.